Oh, good evening. So, I have a question that I want to ask. Um, as you guys know, if you've watched my videos the last day or so, been to the White Plains show this weekend and went with Brian Roth, who I respect a lot. If you don't subscribe to his channel, it's B Roth 6. Has a He basically collects Hank Greenberg, and that's about it. Um, his collection is amazing, absolutely amazing. So if you're not there, you don't have Brian, go check him out, and he's a really good guy. So walking the show with him, um, one of my passions is pre-war, and I mentioned this on my video the other day, and one person again, another guy, enough Andrew from That Said Cards, uh, answered this for me, and I am leaning this way. Um, PSA was not there, but SGC was. And so I went over and I talked to him. Um, and Brian was saying to me that, he uses SGC. And I said, well, I've been a PSA guy for a very long time. And, you know, it's hard for me to switch over. Well, I went and I bought some T205s, which are my favorite set. And I got one of each. And I'm going to tell you, this is the old SGC label, which is fine. No big deal. But the new ones are really cool looking, I think. But like Brian said to me, he goes, put your hand over that, and does it really matter? And I guess not. Really, I'm not going to be reselling these because really, the reason I went with PSA is because they tend to hold their value better. But I'm not going to be reselling these T205s. So, uh, you know, my real problem with PSA right now is number one, their price. And number two, uh, they're taking forever and a day to do returns on these things, and it makes me wonder if they're being inundated and if they're making mistakes. You know, um, I've heard from different guys who collect pre-war that they SG seems to be more accurate and more consistent with their grading. I'm really looking for guys who do pre-war or pre-50s. See what you think. I do collect Griffey. You all know that. I'm gonna stick with PSA with Griffey's, but I really like the look of the new SGC. And after talking to them, they have a really nice price. They also are coming up with a set registry on their website, and there is no fee to join. There's no $57 or $250 or whatever the heck it is that PSA is charging. There's none of that. And I like the 1 month turnaround. He quoted me a price at the show in White Plains of $8 a card. I can't beat that with a 1 month return. Um, so he gave me his card, told me to stop by. He knew Brian, and he told me he'd help me out. Tell me to make sure I told him about, I know Brian. I think Brian's coming to the Shriners show anyway, so I'm really thinking about switching over. So my question, after all that lengthy BS that I just laid out there for you, what do you guys think? I'm really leaning towards SGC. I'm also leaning towards taking my PSA uh, T205s and swapping them over to SGC. I want some uniformity to my collection. When I do move to Florida in a few years, I'm going to display them, so I want them to be uniform. And I'm really thinking about going with all my pre-war stuff to SGC. So looking for some I don't know, advice, is that the word? Direction? It's something that I'm thinking about. Like I said, I'm not planning on reselling this stuff, and I have heard that SGC is better with the pre-war stuff. So any of you guys, I know Andrew and I know you mentioned the other day that SGC is your preferred, Andrew, but I'm just wondering why. And Maxa Jackson, I know you got some stuff. Why do you prefer them? What if you do prefer them? Um, what do you guys think? So there you go. I mean, it would be an expense for me, which I don't mind. Swapping them over. I mean, it's only $8 a card. I'm not gonna die. But what do you guys think? Anyways, hey, hope everybody has a great mail day tomorrow. I'm a dumbass, and with the job I have, I work on holidays. I didn't even realize it was a freaking holiday. So being the dumbass that I am, there you go. Just looking for some guidance. Hey, hope everybody has a great night, and we'll talk to you. Thanks.